James Mwangamba, the newly appointed president of the African chapters of the African Trade Network. And for those of you who are joining in for the very first time, you may want to know a bit about the African Trade Network. So basically, this is a network that has been established for the purpose of allowing businesses to flow between Africa and the rest of the world. That is
my good friend that has come in, and he's a member of the African Trade. His name is Ken Johnson. He's working on some really dynamic projects in San Francisco, California. And
no problem.
Okay, well, my name is Ken Johnson. I'm native of San Francisco, and my thing is video production, as well as any other type of business. And I'm looking at working with Brother Franklin and opening up these cafes, these Fresca cafe bars or restaurants. I have a daughter that's she's down south now. She's looking at properties. We've got some bids in. I should know today if we can purchase the properties. We have money down. And this could go along with spreading the Fresca coffee franchise that my buddy here is starting. And also we're looking at the building in San Francisco, the Fillmore Heritage Center. But what we want to do is get something going outside of that building first, because there's some problems with the building, with the city. So we feel if we have something already up and running, that we will be able to have more success in acquiring the rights to put something in that building and in the Fillmore Heritage Center. And also we have some contacts with the San Francisco Federal Credit Union, who's agreed to help us start a credit union, of a low-income credit union. So we're looking into that. So everything is looking really, really well right now, as long as we can get something up and running. We also have a friend called Chief Priestley. He has a security guard service, and he's about to buy a building in San Francisco that we're looking at putting the Fresca coffee in there. So there's a few other things that's happening, but we really don't want to talk about them now because they're not off the ground.
Ken, can I throw something in? San Francisco, where Ken is located, the city has allocated a certain amount of money for reparation for African-American people. Can you expound on that a little bit, Ken?
Well, there's a committee that's meeting now to figure out how they want to spend the money, or how they're going to allocate the funds. So we're suggesting different avenues that they could use the money with that's going to be lasting, not where you give some money and it's gone. We want to create businesses that will be lasting, like the trade the trade business that you're talking about with Africa. We want to get something going that's going to be ongoing, not where you give somebody some money and then once they spend it, it's gone. You know, so
and it's 150 million, is it?
It's something like that. It's just something. It's way up there. But you know, we're looking at see if we can create our own credit union, then we can fund our own projects, and the money that like the 150 million, the interest on that, we could use the interest on that. Instead of using the money, we use the interest. And you know, when they get ready to use it, the money is still there, but we've just used the interest. So that's some things we're working on, but they're not really ironclad right now. They're not really down pat. So we're still talking with bankers and other people about how we could do this. So it's ongoing, because you got to have trade to really survive in this world,
Yeah.
So that's what
Yeah.
I'm really happy about, what Franklin has set up with the African nations, or is setting up.
Right. My name's James Mwangamba. I am Tanzanian living around East Africa, and I'm newly appointed president of the African Trade Network. I live in Africa. I work in Africa mainly, although I've been to about 22 countries, including the US, some countries in Europe, several countries in Asia, and now I'm stationed here in Africa. So I'm a businessman. I do a number of businesses. It's a great joy for me to be able to be a part of this organization. I'm really very passionate in helping us overcome the challenges that the African continent actually has, which usually around, difficult access to capital. I would say that's the biggest problem we face. We only have one or two ways of obtaining capital, which is usually through financial institutions. Then another problem is around access to markets. Like many of us, just trading among ourselves is just difficult. I think we are trading at about 6% capacity, whereas the European Union is somewhere around 60% of intercountry trade. And then if you couple that with difficulties in us doing business abroad, overseas, that is, to other continents, that's even very, very dismal and minimal. And then the other problem is lack of entrepreneurial education. So that's why I feel really, really privileged to be a part of this, because it's been my lifetime dream. Like, how could I help as many African people as possible to overcome those three challenges? So, yeah. So basically, that's what I expect to bring to the table of African Trade Network.
Jerry Mate from South Africa, based in the capital city, Pretoria in Gauteng province, close to Johannesburg. My heads are few, not many. The first head, I am an economic diplomat. Currently, I'm a trade and investment negotiator in the multilateral space for UNCTAD, WTO. UNCTAD is the United Nations Commission on Trade and Development.
Who is, I see Victor is in.
Victor is here, yes.
Hey, Victor. Victor, can you share a little bit about yourself and what you're up to?
I am an attorney by profession. I'm a lawyer. I am based in Pretoria, South Africa. So I have my own law firm, then Pretoria. I've been, of course, to a few countries in East Africa and Southern Africa doing trade. So I am passionate about African trade in general. And I feel privileged and I feel excited to be part of African Trade Network.
I live in Nigeria. And
my name is Ken Johnson. I'm from San Francisco, California. I'm really proud to be a part of the African Trade Network. And I encourage all of you positive thinking people out there to get involved, because this is where we're really doing something positive that can help and will help.